Welcome, welcome to Woman to Incel Pipeline. I'm Molly,
And I'm Rafe.
and this is Woman to Incel Pipeline, the podcast. It wasn't anything before, but now it's the podcast.
Yep. It was an idea before.
It was
a
an
concept.
Concept. You know what else was an idea?
What?
My Chemical Romance. And you weren't cringe in middle school, so you don't understand that.
I was cringing my own way in middle school.
Yeah, you weren't. We were cringe in different ways in middle school, so you don't get that one.
No.
Some others you might.
The listeners might get
The
it.
listeners, and if you're listening to the podcast, we also have a video version that you can watch and look at me.
And me.
Oh yeah,
In the distance a little bit.
At both of us.
Speaking of middle school.
Oh,
Never mind. We should come up with a name for our listeners. The incels.
Stinks.
The
Stinky incels.
no.
Okay.
I wouldn't listen to a podcast if I was called a sticky incel for it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
We're not very good at ideas, guys. How about you throw some ideas in the comments?
In the comments of my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram.
Because if we have any listeners, which doubtful, then
We
they
will,
should be the ones.
Because we're so funny.
They should be the ones to choose it. Yeah.
Name yourself.
Name
Cookie.
yourself. Because we believe in women's rights and women's wrongs.
And women's wrongs. And if you're not a woman listening or watching, that's
Stop.
okay. Oh.
I guess we have different ideas for that.
I would be okay with that as long as you are quiet
and don't give us
talk.
feedback.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything from you.
Yeah, you can listen, and you can give us money.
You can give me a little thumbs up.
Don't give us negative feedback
Or
positive feedback.
No, don't talk. Don't.
Yeah.
If you're a man, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. For clarification, I am a man, but I'm excluded.
And that's not just because he's trans. That's because he's my friend.
Yeah. You have to have like a, what's it called when you like marry into somebody for a green card?
Marrying into somebody.
I feel like there's a word for that.
I think that's just marrying.
Okay. Well, you need to. You need
to be
to
married into womanhood.
Yeah. You need to know somebody to get in. It's like the club.
The club, the Cool Kids Club, but it's
Yeah.
just women and him.
Yeah.
And who else?
Hosier. Yeah.
Okay.
Need to take a breather.
We're not
going to
get into him because I'm gonna start crying, and I did my makeup today,
Yeah.
and I don't want to cry.
Okay. What else? What other men? I feel like we made a list of men that one time.
We did.
I don't remember
I don't think
who
it was on my
it.
phone.
No. It was on somebody's phone, and we made a list of men who we should keep if we wipe them all out. Oh, yeah, he was on there probably.
Your dad.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a little iffy on that because I feel like we can find somebody to work on cars who's a little less Republican.
True.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just if you're a mechanic and a feminist, hit us up. But hey, there's probably women mechanics. We probably don't even need a man for that.
True. Yeah, that was so sexist of us. I'm sorry, women.
Sorry, women.
I'm sorry, women.
I
Women
feel like,
mechanics.
we should just, in case you're like, I don't want to do this today, we should have a man to be like, then you do it,
Yeah. Have you ever seen that clip from Everybody Hates Chris, where the mom, she like does something, and then the dad, Terry Crews, he's like, why'd you do it like that? And she was like, are you gonna do it? And they just let her do it.
I have not.
Oh.
But I believe you. I believe that happened.
Thank you.
Because I believe women.
Thank you.
My cat's back there having an eye on us.
Oh my God, hi.
He's supervising, just in case you wanted him to make sure we had supervision. We do. It's a cat.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see it, but
No, they cannot. But he's back there.
maybe.
Just trust us. You
Okay.
gotta, yeah. Yep. He's on a little chair because he's too good to sit on the floor.
He's a good cat, I think.
He might get up on here on the desk later because he loves to interrupt people when they're doing things. That's his favorite hobby.
He doesn't really like me, I think.
And I think he might be racist.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You know who else is racist?
Who?
We're not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I had this dream yesterday, okay, that I was trying to make mac and cheese.
Mhm.
And you know how, like, chicken noodle soup has those Disney princess noodles? It was like that, but mac and cheese. And I think this was sparked by the post the other day about that the SpongeBob mac and cheese came back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I was trying to make this in my dream, and the first time I tried to make it, I made it, and then I set it in the sink to like drain it, and then somebody poured water in it, and it all went down the drain, and I lost all my mac and cheese. And then I tried again, and I bought 2 boxes of this Disney Princess mac and cheese, and then the second time I was trying to like flip it like you do a pancake with the pan, like trying to shake it about, and then it all fell out of the pan, and I lost all my mac and cheese again. And then I started crying because that was the only Disney Princess mac and cheese I had, and I had to make regular mac and cheese.
That's hellish.
And then I made regular mac and cheese, and it was good, but it wasn't as good as it would have been if it were the princesses. Yeah.
That's really sad.
It was, and I sobbed, and I remember in the dream I made my Instagram note. I made my Instagram note sobbing over mac and cheese.
That is too silly.
Even in my subconscious, I need to put all my thoughts on my Instagram note.
That's really sad.
I think
you could get into that with a psychiatrist.
Maybe. Speaking of that, I got a new therapist coming up.
Oh, a new drop?
Yep. October 25th.
That's exciting.
I think, or the 24th. I don't know. It's on a Wednesday, and it's a virtual appointment. Because I wanted to do it in person, but she was like, I only have virtual appointments. I don't understand how that works. Because if you have the time for me to Google Meet you, why don't you have the time for me to just come in?
She doesn't want to clean her office.
There's other people coming in, though. It's probably clean anyway. I don't care if it's clean.
I don't care. I will sit in filth, Pookie.
Yeah.
Speaking of the phrase Pookie, have you seen that guy on TikTok, the Prayog guy?
Is that the one who's like...
It's the way you act. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my boyfriend.
What can I say? What can I say? Yeah.
He goes on TikTok all the time, and he's like, Pookie, we're married, Pookie. We're married, Pookie. And I said, oh my God, well, I mean... you should have DM'd me.
Have you seen that one white guy who's like in the military, but like he's slay about it?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love him. He's so funny.
I disavow the military. I don't disavow I fuck heavy with veterans. I don't fuck with the military.
Yeah. What's that one vine?
Guy?
What's that one vine that's like, why do you hate the U.S. military? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe our listeners do. Yeah.
Hey Siri.
She's listening. What's the vine about hating the military?
Oh. He didn't talk.
No.
Which is really sad because it's an Irish man.
Oh. Like Hosier? Was that because of Hosier?
No, actually I liked the Irish before I liked Hosier.
Okay.
But
why do you hate the US military?
It's not at all Irish enough.
We're looking it up. Stand with us. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Bear with me.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
That's the... You're disrespecting a future U.S.
military.
That guy.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
No. Flower. Somebody just asked me why I hate the military. I don't hate the military. I think it's very beneficial for the military to understand why people want to murder active duty service members and where terrorist organizations get their money. Because a lot of people in the military aren't the smartest tools or sharpest tools in the shed.
All right. Well, I only heard that till the cutoff point of people ask me why I hate the U.S. military.
Yeah.
I never listened past that.
In middle school, I was really good friends with this girl that you were also really good friends with.
I decided no names on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but she moved out of state.
Okay.
But she was really into that guy, and we would, like, stay over at her house, and we would, like, watch his videos all the time. This was, like, 2018, 2019. So the internet
was Coachella 2016.
The internet was quite silly at the time, and I was in middle school. So what was I going to do on the internet? You know, that wasn't inappropriate.
Yeah, I saw this video the other day of Stampy Cat. Do you remember him? Did you watch him?
I never watched Stampy Cat.
Okay, well, he made a TikTok video, and he was like talking about how he's getting all these messages from his old fans about how they watched him in his childhood, and he was like, "So I just wanted to respond to all of you, like, collectively." I don't even remember what he said, but it was something sweet and nice.
That's nice.
And I remember he was like one of the few things, the good things about my internet access at a young age. I remember he made this, like, he originally had his Minecraft channel, and then he made another one that was like really educational and like fun and got you to like do stuff with your family. Like
That's
the only
nice.
thing that I remember from it is like this one time where he said that I think it was like we used that tree right there, and he said that like either the shadow of the tree or like something told you like how tall it was. I don't remember, but there was something,
Pythagorean theorem.
maybe,
Okay.
but there was something about how to measure the length of a tree, and so me and my mom went out there and we spent time together measuring a tree,
Shit.
and it was fun. And then I remember my dad didn't like him because he didn't like his accent. He always hated my little Minecraft YouTubers because they had like British accents, and he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
want to hear that.
The epidemic of Minecraft YouTubers that are like British, I'm sick of it.
Yep.
Are there any other Minecraft YouTubers?
There was that one.
Are there any?
There was that one popular MMOs, Pat and Jen.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
I
then-
watched them for like a straight 4 hours once, and I just never went back.
Well, I watched him all the time, and then I think he turned out to be abusive or something. And
Damn.
they broke up, and then he got with some other girl. I don't know if those were allegations or if he actually did some. I never followed up with that. I think I saw a mugshot of him once. I don't know. I think like it wasn't anything that bad. It was like public intox. I don't know. I don't know. I might be spreading false information. Hey, disclaimer: don't get any information from us. Don't
Yeah.
credit us as a source. We're unreliable.
Disclaimer: we are idiots.
Yep, because
Um,
we just lie sometimes. We
Oh,
make
I
stuff
love
up
to lie.
sometimes.
We're
not a reliable source.
liars. We have storyteller souls.
Yeah, that's a better. We have storyteller souls that should not be credited in an academic source.
Yes, we are like if Ernest Hemingway was like really hot,
And there were two of them.
and there were two of them. I was really into Dan TDM. I was like in love with Dan TDM at the age of 8.
I didn't watch him that much.
He was my boyfriend.
You know that one girl, LD Shadow Lady?
No.
No. I watched like 2 of her videos because she was real big, but I never watched her. I don't know where she is now. She was one of those girls that like talked in a real high voice. I don't know if it was her actual voice or if it was
wasn't.
like. 'Cause I don't remember if it was like as exaggerated as we think about now when we hear that, or if it was just like a normal level of a high voice. I don't know, but I remember one of my friends watched her and she picked up on that, and she also had the high voice, and I was like, but I was
That's one
really
of the reason I can't hang around with kids. I
Yeah.
hate kids.
yeah. Something about kids and picking up the way they talk from what they watch. I heard about this epidemic. I heard about this epidemic of kids who would talk in a British accent because of Peppa Pig. Did you hear about that?
Yes, and
Yeah.
then now it's Australian because of Bluey.
Yeah,
My baby sister, prime example.
dude. Did you hear?
She's so sweet.
Did you hear about how Ben Shapiro made like a knockoff of
Yes!
Bluey? I just heard about
I'm
that this
laughing.
morning.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
I saw
The
it.
show is not funny, but the concept of what he did.
Yeah, because what are you doing? I mean, he literally said, he was like, "Gotta get them young." Hey, that's like the
Huh?
definition of indoctrination.
Oh, strange.
Yeah.
He's
Pushing
yeah.
conservative propaganda through a kid show. I don't really know what kind of propaganda they're pushing because I haven't watched it, but
It's conservative propaganda. Hey, if it's Ben Shapiro connected to it, it's conservative propaganda.
Dude.
Every single time.
you know how I went on like all these college visits last week, and so they were long drives, and my dad was taking me, and he was like, "You should pick out a podcast for us to listen to," and I opened his podcast app, and Ben Shapiro's
Of
podcast
course it was.
there, dude, and I was like, "Oh, all right."
Ah.
And then I made him. I did a few where I made him listen to true crime, and then there's this other one. It's called Disintel. Shout out to them. It's.
Oh,
Do you listen to it?
No, we listened to it
made
together
you listen
once.
to it.
Yeah.
And it's basically this twink and this one. Sorry, love you so much.
you can say it. You're
Yeah,
a
don't-
part of the community.
I don't remember what his name is. I think it's like Daniel or something like that. Sorry, Kane, if you're listening. Doubt you are. Anyway, and
Yeah, he is.
this woman, and they just talked about celebrity gossip, and so I made him listen to an episode about that, and I'm sure he hated it, and I don't care.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of all my little colleges, I applied to all my colleges last night. No.
Have you been accepted?
Last night? No, yeah, I fucking
Oh,
applied last
My
night,
fault.
dude.
My fault.
Anyway, but I applied all those, dude. I was using Common App. I had to email their support line like 4 times.
Common App pissed me off. I stopped using Common App. I like half set up my profile and I said, "Oh!" And I just went to the site and applied.
I did most of the work at this one summer camp that I went to, and they were like, seniors this way, everybody else this way, and seniors had to fill out a fucking Common App application, and we only got like halfway through it. But so basically, all I had to do was like my essay, and then I had to like manually put in my transcript, like all the classes that I took.
Up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
And then I had to put like my current courses in like a different section, and it was like, ugh, it was hellish. Anyway, I wrote my essay, and the maximum for the Common App essay is 650 words. So, excuse me.
Yeah, they're short essays.
Yeah, my original essay was like 1,100, and I literally, that was because I just had an idea in the middle of the night, and I wrote it down in my notes app, and it was 1,100 words.
What was the idea?
It was basically the concept of finding beauty in the modern world of capitalism and social media and hate.
That was me on shrooms last week. That was a joke.
That was a joke.
I do not do drugs.
Anyway, so I just wrote it down in my notes app, and then I put it in a Google Doc, and it was like 1,000 words, and then I got on Common App, and it was like 650 words, and I was like, hey, I gotta cut out a lot. So I had to cut out a lot, and then I made a whole bunch of people read it for grammar and stuff, and then I submitted it. So hopefully they think it's cool and sexy. I did apply for like the Purdue Honors Program thing, but you have to have like a 3.3, and last year I ended with a 3.1.
Damn.
I think at the end of this year I'll have maybe a 3.3
Probably.
because I have all A's so far, and I'm taking AP classes. I don't know if it's weighted or unweighted. It said,
AP
but I don't
classes are
remember.
weighted.
Yeah, but I mean like their requirement, because you need like a 3.3 for the honors program, and I don't know if that's based on weighted or unweighted. They said, but I don't remember. But I feel like by the end of the year I'll have that, so I feel like they should reevaluate after I graduate. But I said there was like a section in Common App that was like, is there anything else that we should know? And I was like, I feel like I'll have a higher GPA after I graduate, so just check on that and reevaluate after I graduate, please. But I texted Chloe and I was like, do you think they would reevaluate over summer for the honors program? And she was like, probably. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Because like they're still taking admissions then, so I don't know why they wouldn't just, check it out. Yeah. Maybe I'd have to like send a little email and remind them or something, but I wouldn't mind doing that because the honors dorms are nice. I didn't do like an official tour there because I know like 4 people there, so I just went down and I was like, oh my god, Chloe, I'm in love with you. And then she like showed me around. She showed me this one bookstore, dude. It's called Vaughn's Bookstore, and it's down there, and I thought I died and went to heaven. It's amazing. It's like Earthbound on steroids.
Ooh, fun.
It's like literally everything we had, they had it in a shit ton more. It was like they had like 3 full aisles of just different types of crystals, dude.
You're
all
gay?
Kinds of crystals. And then they had like, for like jewelry making and stuff, full aisles of like beads, charms, like little earring hooks, everything, dude. And I was like, oh my god. And then, dude, they had like hippie clothes, they had like room decor, they had like tapestry, they had like posters, and then they had a basement, and it was all super cheap used books, and it was like so many books. It was like the aisles were like, have you seen those videos where they're like standing up and then they like turn to the sideways to go through like something?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like the aisles are like that thin, and
Ooh.
because there's so many books, and they're just like piled up on the side, and it's like so aesthetic and amazing, and there's so many books
You could
down
like
there.
drink a coffee and
Yeah,
read
I was like,
down there or
I was
something.
like, I want to take my senior pictures here, but it's like an hour and a half away, so that's a little
Mhm.
inconvenient. But like, I would do it. And they have like this whole poetry section, and Chloe was showing me around, and it's like I want to get all the books there. I want to get everything there.
Mhm.
It was amazing, and I walked in, and I was like, I'm going here. If I get
Are you going there?
accepted, I'm going because yeah, it's my first choice. Definitely.
Slay. Is that's Lafayette?
Because it was so beautiful down there, and I saw this guy walking around campus, and you know those chickens where you press on them and they're like the rubber ones.
Yeah.
He had an inflatable costume of that, and he was just walking around chilling.
I want him.
And then I went to Spirit Halloween, and I saw the costume that he was walking around in. I saw that, and I was like, this is the Purdue campus guy.
That's nice.
Yeah. But anyways, it was a beautiful campus, one of the most beautiful that I've ever been to, and like not even just the campus, like the city surrounding it, like Lafayette as a whole and West Lafayette. It's like amazing, and there's a Spirit Halloween down there,
And there's Maryland
like
in it.
5 minutes from campus.
I visited Purdue Fort Wayne last year, and that is one of my top choices. I don't really know why, because
Yeah.
I think it would be fitting for me. It's a very small campus. It's not as pretty as you said, as Lafayette, I
Yeah.
guess is, but it's really nice. And I do have a friend down there that I would like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also went to visit Ball State. Ball State is beautiful. Go visit Ball State. Muncie is kind of ass, but Ball State is so beautiful. And I really like it.
Yeah.
And they have a really good art education program there. I don't know about Purdue Fort Wayne's art education program, because when I went and I was like, I want to go into business. And then when I left, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that at all.
All of my college tours, all the little like guys giving the tours, the leader's like, so guys, what are you majoring in? And they're like, business and marketing, business and management, business analytics. And I'm like, oh my god,
That's
dude,
what you're doing.
I want to do marketing. But
You're gonna hate all your classmates.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? Don't care.
True.
Because I want to make money. And there was a thing for Purdue where they were like, why do you want to do the major that you selected? And I had to bullshit my way through that, because realistically, I just want to do it because I want to make money, and I don't want to do something in STEM. And there is a lot of math
Understandable.
and marketing, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Gross.
But I'm assuming it won't be like, AP calculus.
It might
math
just be like algebra.
and statistics, probably. Yeah.
Statistics.
I probably should have taken stats, but why do it now if I don't have to? I can just
You're
do
right.
it. I can just do it then.
My Pookie baby bear that graduated last year, she goes to Purdue Lafayette right now. She took 2 math classes last year.
Gross.
2. It was like AP Calc, and stats. Hey,
Gross.
and choir on top of that. But she had to
Okay.
choose between stats and choir, and she chose stats. Whatever.
I would not personally, but yeah, I don't know. I was coming up, just I hated it. I felt so bad. I was emailing them like all the time. I remember on my last email, I literally wrote like on the bottom, I was like, I've emailed you guys like 4 times. I'm so sorry, but that's their job. That's what they're there for. So
Yeah.
might as well. They're probably just sitting in an office somewhere waiting for emails, and then they get one and they're like, oh, an email.
Yay!
Yeah.
Email.
Speaking of our jobs, I was at work yesterday and there was nothing to do. So I introduced my coworker, I think she's like 25, to the Papa's games on Cool Math.
She didn't know about those?
She didn't know about those. And I was telling her I was playing one, and she was like, because we have our little computers at the front and we play games on them when we're not doing anything.
That's funny.
But no, we don't. We do our job, and only our job. And when there's nothing going on, we do more of our job, and we come up with things to do, and we do them. But in this hypothetical scenario, we're playing Papa's games on Cool Math. And so I was playing one, and she was like, oh, that looks cool. And I was like, have you not played Papa's Freezeria? And she was like, no. And I was like, have you played the other ones? And she was like, no, I haven't played any of the new games. And I was like, they're not new. I was playing these in like elementary school.
Yeah.
But when I was in elementary school, she was in like,
she in elementary school?
she's like almost 10 years older than me, so she would have been in like high school or college when I was in elementary school. I don't think she went to college, so high school maybe.
Probably high school. I mean, she's
Yeah.
busy.
Like high school, because
She's
if
probably doing
I was like
probably
7,
being
she was
busy.
like 17 around, or 16. So yeah, she was like in high school, probably not fucking around in Cool Math games. But
I fuck around in Cool Math games.
yeah, me too.
No, I don't.
And so I introduced her. Her first game that she played was Scooperia, and she was having fun. She was having a ball. She quite enjoyed it. I think my cat wants out, so I'm gonna handle that. But I was very proud to be the one who introduced her to Cool Math games, because that's a revolutionary difference in your life. Like, there's pre-Cool Math games. Well, I didn't introduce her to Cool Math games as a whole, but I introduced her to Papa's games. And there was a period in your life pre-Papa's games and post-Papa's games, you know?
Yeah, and that's My 8th birthday.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know when I started. I played it in computer math or not computer math,
Computer
computer
class?
lab. Yeah, in probably like first grade. So
Computer lab. I hated computer lab. It was just fucking typing on Google Docs for like 45 minutes. And to me, that was hell. That was truest hell.
do you remember that one game? It was like Success something.
IXL?
No, it was before IXL. It had that little like I think he was supposed to be a ferret guy. It had all those animals. Do you remember that?
No.
Success Maker.
Success Maker?
You never played that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me look it up. Hey Siri. Success Maker.
I don't know if the website's still up, but like look up the images.
He didn't talk.
But they had like the silly little guys on there. And
My Google opened to AO3, but
okay.
I'm sorry.
But they had like little animals and you would play little games and it was so fun. And then they went out of business
Damn.
and we had to do IXL.
I hate IXL.
Yeah. And we all hated it because go to images.
This? Oh my god! I remember them.
Yes. See, you did play it.
He was a little freak. I didn't like him.
Yeah, but we can pull up the image for you in
When it
just
loads.
a second. Yeah. For our visual
Hey.
watchers.
What's your Wi-Fi? So, gang,
You're literally connected
while
to
he
it.
logs into my what?
You're literally connected to it.
My fault.
It's just bad in my room.
While it loads.
But I frequently enjoyed that. I remember there was this one game where we were in like a spaceship or something and we had to solve the problems to like fuel the spaceship so we didn't die in a black hole or something.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. But it was really fun. And then they went out of business and we were like, so we don't have to do anything for like a week. And then they were like, so there's this new game. And we were like, "Whoa," and it was IXL. And there's literally no game about IXL. It's just solving the problems.
Awful.
There's no fun animals. There's no fun games. It's just solving the problems.
Yeah. IXL pissed me off bad. I would like sit at my computer and I would like mouth swear words at it. I was like or whatever. And then
for our audio listeners, they were mouthing bad words.
I was mouthing bad words. You might have heard me like in the microphone. I don't know. But there was this one time where this girl, she was like from the other side of the lab, and she was like, I saw you. I saw what you said.
It loaded.
It loaded. Look at these little freaks.
A little down more. Yeah. Those guys. Success Maker.
Yeah. But she was like, I saw what you said. And I said, okay. Did you hear what I said? Exactly. And then I didn't get in trouble.
Period.
Because I didn't say a word. What?
I remember our computer lab was connected to our library and we used to see our friends in the library and we would go, hi friend.
Hey, friend. Yeah.
I wonder what they did with the computer lab, like what it is now.
It's probably still computer lab.
But they all have their little iPads or their own little computers now.
True.
So I don't know if they still have
Maybe
computer
it was
labs.
I think computer lab's whole thing was like typing until like 3rd grade, and then you moved to just like,
Maybe.
okay, do this math problem.
I feel like now you could just whip out your like little laptop and type on that. Like you don't have to go to a whole separate room. But
Yeah.
I did feel like in our later years we got we got like 4 desktops for each classroom. And we would like go back there and have computer time.
Yeah.
I feel like we got like Chromebooks in like 5th grade and then or 4th grade maybe.
I got Chromebooks in like 2nd grade.
Well, I remember the year after us at our school, they started giving them to 2nd graders. And I was like, what?
That's too silly.
I was like, we didn't.
Dude.
It's like when you're an older sibling and you like get a phone when you're like 14 and then they get it when they're like 10.
I hate kids.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, there was this one time.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Let's keep going.
All right. But I don't know. Sometimes I want to go back to that elementary school and like see what it looks like now because they did a lot of construction while I was like in 5th grade and then I was gone and they finished it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know
That
what it
pissed
looks
me
like
off.
now. I remember when we were there, we were real poor and we didn't have enough classrooms. They were still in the process of building them.
What school did you go to?
And so
Yeah.
we had like, oh, I probably shouldn't have.
Never mind.
We can bleep that out. But
No, he didn't. He did not go there.
we had like portable classrooms, and
Oh, I had portable classroom.
yeah, that was poor people classrooms. That's what that was.
Oh, we were poor?
Yeah, that was they couldn't afford enough classrooms for the kids.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just fun. I thought we got to go outside.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't know we were poor with that either. But looking back at it, it's like just hey, put another classroom on there. But they did. They were doing construction.
They got there.
So, a lot of dine and donates for that, probably.
Dude, do you want to go to the Dine and Donate for Fiesta Ranchera?
We should.
Sorry. I would love to go. Let's go.
And we would go outside. For those who went to like a rich school, it was basically like a house on wheels. You know, those little.
It was
mini
like
houses.
a little RV,
Yeah,
but then, like with no rooms.
And then we would go out there, and it was like a classroom that was a little bit outside, but like it was still sheltered and everything, you know. But it was just outside, separated from the school.
Yeah.
And I remember they had to get like a janitor to come get us if we wanted to go to the bathroom. So we had like tickets, and they gave us tickets for being good, and we had to use tickets to go to the bathroom.
Oh, we had tickets, but we didn't do that. We just peed our pants
Oh.
in the corner.
I remember one time this was like 4th grade, so it was a little old to be doing this, but this kid pooped his pants. And I think it's probably because he didn't have enough tickets, so he was like scared to ask to go to the bathroom. They would let you go to the bathroom. You'd just go into like ticket debt or something. But I remember this one time I asked my teacher to go to the bathroom, and she was like, we just went to the bathroom. And I was like, and then she looked at the clock, and then she said, did you just drink a lot of water? Because she realized it was like 4 hours ago. And then I need to delete some videos after this.
Yeah.
Or something.
For our audio listeners, that was the second time our camera stopped recording.
For storage.
For
Maybe we
storage.
should get an actual camera, probably, but then I'd have to figure out how to work it.
True.
And I don't know if I can.
And I'm not in STEM.
Me neither. I am not a man in STEM. Anyways, what were we talking about? Portable classrooms.
Portable classrooms.
So, yeah, we had like our whole room in there, and there was like, whenever we had to go to the bathroom, it was just like the grown man janitor standing outside the bathroom waiting, and then he would just walk you back out, and it was real awkward. Like we wouldn't talk or anything. We were just walking.
That's too silly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, speaking of shitting your pants, there was this kid in 7th grade who I thought was really funny at the time. I don't really think he's that funny anymore. It's just because he's a man. But he like looked me in the eyes in the middle of science class, and he said, I just shit my pants. And I said, what? No, you did not just shit your pants. And he was like, no, I swear to God, Molly, I shit my pants. And I said, what the fuck? And he like had me convinced that he shit his pants. And then after a while, I was like, you didn't shit your pants. And he was like, nah, I didn't. I was fucking with you. But that remains one of my favorite comedic experiences I've ever experienced.
It goes through your head to just be like, you know what? I should tell the person across from me that I just shit my pants.
I don't know. But I wish I had that level of creativity. That is hilarious. Who are they?
Which one? I don't know. Actually, that might be, what's his name? I know him. I went to their anniversary party. They had it at like a Waffle House.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. He's like, I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
He's like the one guy of our neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know. He's gonna, he talks like a lot, and
Does he sound like him too, voice-wise?
I don't think so. I don't really remember what he sounds like.
Mm.
Either of them. Really, I haven't talked to
Really?
him in a while.
I remember vividly what that one guy sounds like.
I do now. Yep.
Yeah.
I just had to give it a minute, but yeah, I do. They don't sound alike because he's an old white guy. Yeah. And the other one's not.
Hey, other one, if you're listening to this, I greatly appreciate you.
Yeah. He would be the type to be like, oh yeah, I'll give it a
I'll
listen.
listen to your
And then
podcast.
he would listen to it. He
And
would
then
sit down
he'd be
and listen to it. And
Oh,
he
man, he's so silly.
would be like, oh, okay.
And I didn't actually write that fan fiction between you and that guy.
just by the way, that was not
Just by the
real.
way. And for the people that don't know the lore, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fill in those gaps.
I saw a TikTok the other day, and this girl was like, me writing a fan fiction of the two most homophobic guys at our school, and
I
I thought that was
reposted
funny.
it.
But our guy was not homophobic.
He was not
He was a
homophobic
great
at all.
guy.
He was great.
Yeah.
He just had a friend and I made fun of them.
Yeah.
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 And they were not gay.
No, but they acted like it.
No, he was like, okay, so this man was heterosexual, right? But he would walk in every day and he'd be like, big sexy to like 3 dudes in the class, so bad as to where our very religious math teacher, by the way, was like, hey, man, you gotta stop or I'm gonna move your seats. And she never did. We sat in those same seats all year.
Yeah, and he didn't stop.
He did not stop.
He also did something Tuesday.
Funky Tuesday. No, it was Funky Thursday.
Funky Thursday.
Yeah.
And he would just
Groovy Tuesday, Funky Thursday.
Yep. And he would just thrust in the air.
Freaky Friday. No, we did improv together last year. He was hilarious, by the way. He was so funny. That was it.
Also, jacked.
Jacked.
Did you know about that? Did you know about that?
I did. I don't know who showed me, but somebody had like a picture of him either shirtless or in a very tight shirt. Hey,
Yep.
jacked, arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger, pecs, abs, the whole shebang. It was insane.
It was wild.
Insane.
I think one day in math, that's the class that we had with him.
Mhm.
He just like lifted up his shirt for something, and we were like, "What? What?
That was
What are
so
you? Those
funny.
are some weapons that you're hiding there.
Those are some guns.
Yeah.
Hey, put your guns away.
Not allowed to have those in school.
You can't have your guns out. This is an American public high school.
Yeah.
Mm.
He'll probably have them out anyway, though, because who's not taking guns? to
Who's
school?
not taking guns to school? Me.
Me? Normal people, probably. But
Yeah.
there's always somebody. There's always that one.
Some little freak.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that ferret from Success Maker.
We had speaking of public school safety, we had a bomb threat. Oh, there's a squirrel.
Oh.
Look at him. What a little guy.
Oh, he's coming up. He's coming here.
He
Stay
wants
back!
to. He wants to listen. He wants to be a part. It's the guy from Success Maker.
Holy shit!
Oh my
It's
god,
that guy!
dude!
Let me pull up
Live.
his little ass.
He knows we're
It's
talking
that
about
little
him.
hamster dude.
He's looking at us.
Hi. Hi.
I remember this one time, me and this girl that I was friends with, we watched this like conspiracy video about the Illuminati, and then there was a squirrel in my backyard, and he like wrapped his tail over so it was like a triangle, and I thought it was the Illuminati, and so I put us into a full lockdown at my house. He's really looking at us.
What do you want?
He's looking at us hard. He knows we're talking about him.
He wants us to interview him.
He just put his hand out when we waved. It's just hanging there. He's looking at us hard.
He's a sweetie pie. So we had a bomb threat at school recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had to go on lockdown for 40 minutes, just like when I went to lockdown over the Illuminati squirrel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's all full circle. That's
Yeah.
that's so cute.
But yeah, we had to stay in our rooms for like 40 minutes and not move. I think the bomb squad came and like did an investigation or whatever.
It was awful. I didn't fuck. I was not rocking with it.
I was in our cool teachers class. You know, the one teacher, the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we're in advisory with.
He's so silly.
Yeah. And
If
so
you're
we
watching this, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
He's probably disappointed in us by now if he's listening.
Oh yeah, because we
Or
swore.
watching.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
And because we talked about the one guy being jacked, probably. But that's
Yeah.
not that bad.
No.
We just mentioned.
We didn't
that
say
he's-
anything bad about him.
No, we're just there's a
No,
lot
we
going
didn't.
on there.
He had a lot going on, and he was great, and I loved him.
Anyway, what were we? Oh yeah, the lockdown. I was in his class, and so we were just chit chatting it up. I looked out the window and I did my little dad stance with the.
Well,
Yep, I was investigating.
all going on.
I was handling it. I had it locked and loaded, dude. Not
dude,
proper
if
phrasing.
I was there for 9/11, I would have handled it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I
at least one of those towers would still be up.
I would probably say no, and
Nope.
then it wouldn't happen
Yeah, I would have had it down pat.
because you know what, everybody else they probably they didn't know that it was coming. They didn't know the second one was coming, so they didn't say no. If it were 9/11, we would be prepared because we have
prepared.
the sixth sense. Dude, the other day I was leaving the mall because I work at the mall.
Yes.
the hit mall that is in our area,
The
which
mall.
you don't know.
I feel like we've mentioned where we live.
Well, I'm gonna bleep it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's internet safety. Anyway, so I was leaving the mall, and I was like, what if I open the, because there's like a security hallway we have to go through, not security, but like a hallway. And so I was like, what if I open this door and there was a serial killer behind there? And then I opened the door and there was a mall cop.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh,
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I left. And then today yesterday I was walking out and I was looking one way and then a mall cop rolled up on his thing the other way and I was like, oh. And it was the same guy.
Shit.
He's just larking.
He's
all
looking
the time.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always scaring me, giving me a good scare because I'm not expecting him.
Speaking of like putting hexes on people.
When were we speaking of that?
Being prepared.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I watched this movie yesterday called The Hot Chick. It's about Rachel McAdams and Rob Schneider switching bodies. And there were some funny parts, but mostly it was, very early 2000s stupid. But it ended. And the first thing that came up was directed by Tom Brady. And I spat out my drink. I said, how did Tom Brady get Rob Schneider and Rachel McAdams and Anna Faris, who is the best person in that movie, by the way, in his stupid little movie?
Since when does he do anything other than football?
Right? I thought he just did football, sat around, cheated on his wife. Didn't he cheat on his wife?
I think so, probably.
I'm
Is
gonna
he
look
the
that
one
up.
who deflated the football? Does he play for the Patriots?
I have no idea who Tom Brady plays for.
Okay.
I think he's like old. I don't think he plays anymore.
Well, did. I remember there was a big deal when I was a kid about the Patriots deflating the ball and like cheating.
Hey
Everybody
Siri,
called him
who
the
did Tom Brady
Deflatriots.
play for?
Tom Brady is an American football quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and formerly for the New England Patriots.
For the Patriots, yep.
This answer is from giantbomb.com.
Okay, so he was in the Patriots.
Yeah.
But that was my Irish Siri, by the way.
Yeah. But they like cheated. They like deflated the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody called them the Deflatriots. And
Patriots.
my parents, well, my mom and my stepdad, they got like these hats that were deflated footballs and shirts that said Deflatriots, and they wore it to games that we played against the Patriots.
That's silly.
Football lore.
Football!
Football!
That's my impression of a man.
I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was this dad and his baby, and he was telling him a bedtime story about football, and he was telling him, I think this was a story about the Chiefs. I don't know though. And he like threw the ball, and it was for a touchdown, and he caught it, and then he stuck the landing, like he put his feet on the ground, and then he dropped the ball, and then
The ball.
and then he was telling it all dramatic, so I'll tell it like he did. He was like, and then the big bad refs, and they said that it wasn't a catch, and then they lost the game because it wasn't a touchdown, and nobody in the NFL knew what a catch was for the next 15 years.
That's stupid.
And I was like, I don't know anything about football, so I saw that TikTok, and then I looked up the catch, and from what I know
Did he
about
catch it?
football is that he caught it because it was in the air and he caught it with his hands, and
Yes.
then both feet were on the ground, and then he dropped it. That should be
Oh.
a catch.
That's a catch. He caught it.
But I mean, I don't know the rules of football, but that seems like a catch. He caught it.
True. He caught it.
If it's in his hands, he caught it.
Mm.
But I don't know. Seemed like a catch to me, and I think the refs were haters, and yeah.
They don't understand the football.
Yeah. But that was a scary bedtime story. And then the baby was like asked for another football story, and he was like, "I'm gonna have football." And
That's
then
nice.
he was like, "One time," and then it cut off. And I was like, that would be me as a dad if I like football.
I was rocking with a baby once. We were chilling, and I was telling him about Oppenheimer. I was like, "Yeah, J. Robert Oppenheimer. He built this bomb, and then it exploded a bunch of people in Japan." I've never seen the movie, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I was lying with the names.
Speaking of Japan,
Oh,
I saw this video the other day that said that they came up with this new technology that was like this AI technology that like you could put scanners on your brain, and then you could like watch a replay of your dreams. But like they think that that's what it's gonna like advance to. But like right now, they basically like what I heard. I've heard some of this from like a TikTok comment section and some of it from articles.
So don't believe us.
So don't believe us. But look it up for your own information. It's like this Japanese like mind dreaming. I don't know. Anyway, so basically they tested it by like they put it on their head and then they told them to like think of like an object or whatever, and then this thing had an AI generate an image of what they were thinking of, basically. So it was like, think about a key, and then the thing showed a picture of like a key, and so it was like things like that. But like, I don't know how that would work for like, because if you're thinking of a key, and then an AI generates a key, that's not going to be the same key that you're thinking of. So like, but I mean, they're talking about how it's gonna, excuse me, how it's gonna advance. But like, in my dreams, I see specific people. And if I'm watching a replay of that dream, I want to see those specific people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I dream about somebody and then I wake up and I'm like, who was that?
Yeah.
And then I want to know. But if I wake up and it's just an AI generated woman, boring.
Boring. I know the women I think about. AI doesn't.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love women.
AI wouldn't know the people that I dream about.
Shout out to women.
Shout out to women. But I think it would be very funny in the early developmental stages to watch. Have you seen those like those videos of like AI, but it's like over time. It's like makeup over time and it's like 50s, 60s, whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like the AI progression.
It's so
I think it would
stupid. I
be
hate
funny
those
to see
videos.
like that as like a whole dream. Like in that format, you know? Like I want to see me making mac and cheese in that AI format. I think that would be
Oh,
hilarious.
That would be really funny.
But I would like a replay of my dreams live. I've been talking about that forever because my dreams are so interesting. Sometimes I feel like they could be made into movies.
You don't write them down?
Sometimes I do if they're interesting enough. But like I remember this one dream I had some point in middle school. It was this whole intense plot line. Like Jake Gyllenhaal was there. There was this
Jake
whole thing
Gyllenhaal?
about like this temple in India, and like that was the home to this queen, and she had to like, there was like this giant, it was like a rope or like a vine or something, and at one point she had to like swing across it to save somebody, and there was like this battle between like I think deer and like robots, or deer and human. I don't remember, but I wrote it down in my notes app in like intense detail. It was like this whole movie, and it was like a very long dream. Even to retell it, it took me like a long time. So I feel like it would be a great movie, even though the plot line was very inconsistent and random and didn't make sense because it was a dream. But I feel like we
True.
could tweak it a little bit to make it make sense, and it would be a great dream. Whole new market for dreams and writers.
What's the strongest animal you think you could take in a fight?
I feel like if it was like the day after my tee shot, I don't know, maybe like a,
Land or water? Or air?
I don't know. I feel like if it was like at any random given day, like a goose, maybe.
Like a goose?
Everybody says that because they got a whole bunch of teeth, but they got a real small neck. I feel like I could just,
Yeah.
Yeah. and I feel like their teeth they can't be that like punctual. Like they don't have like fangs or anything.
Geese have teeth?
Like a whole bunch, dude. Look it up.
The fuck?
They have like 50 rows of little baby teeth. Geese teeth. Look it up.
Goose teeth. Ah!
Yeah, dude.
That's awful. What the hell? Gross.
And that's why everybody's like so scared of them. And this geese are like, one thing about them, they're not scared. They don't get scared.
No.
I'm
not going to show you guys because this is scary.
But you can look it up.
You can look it up.
You can look up goose teeth. But anyway, I remember in my old car in Nana, I was at a Walmart one time and I parked by next to like a divider thing where like they plant a singular tree and say they're saving the environment. But this goose was nesting there, and so the husband.
You move.
The husband. I didn't notice that though when I parked, and then the goose, the father goose was obviously protecting it, and so nothing happened when I originally got out of the car. But then when I came back after getting my groceries, he wouldn't let me in my car. And so he was like surrounding the car, and I was like trying to get in. He was like, like hissing at me and everything. Did you know that geese hiss?
No.
I did. I found out that day, and he was like, my mom got it on video, and I posted it on TikTok. But he was like hissing at me, and I was like, I want to get me car, please. Because when I get nervous, sometimes I do a British accent. But anyway, so I was like begging him, and he wouldn't like let off. So these kind ladies in like an SUV were like, do you want me to scare it off? And I was like, yes, please. So they were like honking their horn and like driving up on him, and he just like got out his wings and was like hissing at this big SUV, like not moving. And so eventually they just kept inching and made him like go away. And then I could get in my car. And then he started chasing my car, biting the bumper.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I got in my car and I was like driving off. He was like gnawing on my bumper, dude. He's like on my bumper, and I was like, oh my god. But he was not giving up, dude. He was like dedicated to protecting his mother and child, which hats off to him for being dedicated. But
Yeah.
damn,
Good for him.
it's a car. Know your strength, because that's gonna get you.
There was a goose guarding an Arby's once.
All right.
Yeah, and I left. I walked up on him. I saw him. I didn't see him at first, but I like got a little close and I looked down and I saw a goose in front of the door. I said, ah! And then I went home.
Yeah.
We didn't get food that day.
Yeah. I saw this one video one time about there was this goose on this college campus and he was just attacking people who were walking by. There's a mailman.
Hey.
He's delivering my mail. I wonder what I'm
mail?
what I'm getting for mail today. Let's see. Let's watch him. I remember one time when I was like 6, I offered the mailman a Capri Sun, and I wrote the mailman a letter about, and I was like, "Thank you for delivering my mail," and I put it in my mailbox for the mailman, and
That's
I hope
really
he enjoyed
nice.
that. Yeah,
Thank you for delivering my mail.
yeah. I think
nice.
mailmen are underappreciated.
For sure, yeah. They get attacked by dogs and shit. They're just delivering your mail.
And those, like, even if they do have air conditioning, which is very rare, they don't have like doors, so like they're subject to the heat or cold or whatever,
Yeah.
just to give us our little
But
mail
they are
and
moving,
packages.
so it would be like airflow.
Yeah,
But they get cold, I bet.
yeah, and hot in the summer.
And hot and cold. Dude, one thing about me, I hate being hot. And I hate being cold.
Yeah.
There's no happy medium.
I know. I mean, I'd rather be cold than hot, but I still hate being cold.
Yeah.
Because being cold, you can do something about that. You can put on a blanket. But being hot, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta sit there and suffer.
Yeah, unless you want to let it all air out. Shit.
Even
I ain't doing that.
Like I'm sometimes in the summer, I would come home and I would like take my shirt off and I would just sit in front of a little fan, and it's still, I was still hot.
Hot and pissed off.
Yeah,
I get pissed off when I'm hot,
yeah, me too.
and I apologize.
You get like nervous when you're cold. I feel like that's
No.
the opposite. I feel like that makes sense. Like it correlates.
No, I get pissed off when I'm cold too,
okay.
because I'm cold.
I get pissed off just all the time for no reason.
I'm just
'cause
pissed off.
Just because I'm pissed off all the time.
I think that's because you're a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I have tried this new thing where when I'm really pissed off, I just have a snack, and that works usually.
That always helps.
Yeah.
Me when I eat my feelings.
Yeah.
Mm.
I got a box of cosmic brownies, those little Halloween ones with the pumpkin, and they were really good. But I was really disappointed that there's only like 5 brownies per box.
Yeah.
Great price for like
I get with
like
that.
$2 for 5 brownies. That's a great deal, but I want more. I think we need like a mass box where it's like, I don't know, like $15 for like 15. No,
Mm-mm.
that's not the right ratio.
$15 for 30.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better. Yeah, $15 for 30.
There are
need
the
one of
big
those.
boxes with like 12.
I haven't seen those.
Oh.
I should look into that.
Yeah, you should look into that. I
You
don't
know
know
what
how
I-
much they cost though.
I was also thinking about. I feel like they're usually like cheaper in larger quantities, like to ratio.
Yeah, like have you ever been to Sam's Club?
No.
You get shit in bulk there, and it's all like $4. I don't know if that's true. I'm making shit up, but it's cheaper.
Same thing at Costco, I think.
Yeah, they're both department stores that you buy in mass from.
I've never been in a Costco or a Sam's Club, but I imagine. I imagine that they're quite interesting to
They're
go
very
into.
similar stores. It's nothing's going on there.
I would like a mass of Chicago's pizza breadsticks.
They don't sell those, I think.
No, but I would like a mass of them. And cosmic brownies. And that mac and cheese with fun shapes.
I don't like mac and cheese.
Oh, okay. And probably the chicken noodle soup with the fun shapes.
I'm not a soup guy.
All right. What do you like? Okay.
For audio listeners, that was the noise of me scratching my head.
Yeah.
I like pizza.
Yeah.
And
Do
I
you-
do like
do you like
ramen
the-
noodles.
Do you like the breadsticks? The
Yes.
Chicago's pizza breadsticks?
Yes.
I want a lifetime supply of those. I think if Chicago's Pizza only sold their breadsticks and like their garlic bread, they would be just as successful.
I think their pizza's really good.
It is, but I could fill up on their breadsticks easy.
I don't know. I mean, I like their breadsticks, but it's not. It doesn't outshine the pizza.
Sometimes I think it does, because sometimes after I eat the pizza and it's all greasy, I'm like,
No, I'm
why
pissed
did
off.
why did I do that? And
Yeah.
then I like feel like greasy. Like, you know the vibe of like when you eat something greasy and then you're like, ugh.
Damn
you know?
it! Now I'm greasy.
Yeah. But those breadsticks have never made me feel bad a day in my life.
Mm.
I feel like we should solve world hunger with those breadsticks.
Do you get into toast at all?
No, not really.
You don't fuck with toast?
I mean, sometimes, but I feel like it takes very like specifically cooked toast to be real good.
Mm.
Like most toast is okay, but
I
like,
love toast.
you gotta get it just right for it to be real good. I used to make myself like cinnamon toast every morning, like toast and then butter
Yeah.
and then cinnamon on there.
Have you ever put honey in that mixture?
I have not.
Bro. Go crazy. It's delicious.
Yeah. There's a Dunkin' Donuts across from my gym, and I go to the gym in the morning, and every time I'm like, I should go over and I should get coffee and a donut, and then I'm like, I shouldn't.
The Dunkin' Donuts are ass. That's why they changed it to just Dunkin'.
Yeah. But you know what? It's something. And when I come out of there all hungry and fiending because I just worked out and now I'm hungry, I want it. But you know what? Usually the only thing that restricts me is because I'm already running late. Because I go before school, and so
Crazy.
it's like 6, and then I gotta get home and shower and stuff and get to school. I have been going over fall break, and then what stops me is just
Don't want to.
I have to like go down another street, and that's a lot of work. But I don't know. I'm usually just in autopilot when I'm leaving. I go out the exit and then I turn that way, and I have to manually be like, "Don't go that way," and that's hard.
Yeah.
You know, to not be on autopilot. Yeah.
And that seems like a good place to end.
Yeah.
This has been Woman to Incel Pipeline podcast, and I'm your host Molly.
And I'm Reef,
Your other host.
the
Reef.
other host. Yeah.
And my Instagram is Molly for real, MALI for real. No capitals, no spaces, and follow it. What's your Instagram, Reef?
My Instagram is reef.s.716, but it's kind of boring. I just post pictures of myself. So I more recommend my TikTok, which is
Also
mentally.
follow my TikTok.
My TikTok is mentally ill teenage boy, no underscores or anything. Sometimes I'm funny on my TikTok, so follow it.
And I also recommend my TikTok. Follow it. Look at me in the eyes and DM me and kiss me. It is MALLLLIIIIG.
Yeah. And I think we should make a TikTok for this podcast.
Yes.
So we're going to do that and maybe post clips of the podcast so that we can get famous and cool.
And famous and awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Join us next week.
Maybe.
Yep.